Hey guys, it's Lynn. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel, Fidget DIYs. I do home decor, thrift flips, and dupes on a budget. You can connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Today's video is part of the 12 Days of Christmas collaboration hosted by Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and Mimi from Crafting in Mimi's World. It's 12 days, new topic each day. Today is day 5, and it's snowmen. It's an open playlist, so get in touch with one of the collaborators if you'd like to take part. All that being said, let's fidget. Alright, for this first one, I got this wood round at the bins in my town, and I actually got like 4 of those for 50 cents a piece. Move over Dollar Tree. And I'm just doing 1 coat of Waverly white chalk paint on that, and on this, believe it or not, that is a belt from the 80s, guys. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, I'm going to paint the belt with that same paint as well. And then I'm going to come in with Laguna Blue, and I'm going to paint that. I'm just going to call it a belt. I'm going to paint the belt. I'm going to give it 2 coats of that color. And on the wood round, I used soft green. No, I didn't. I lie. I used Kelly green. And I did the 2 coats of that. Now here I have clear, you know the bouncy string? What is that stuff called? It's bracelet cord, and it's got a little needle that came with it. Those are at Dollar Tree. So I'm just gonna thread some clear string through these puff balls, and I did like 5 or 6 of them. And I didn't show you me putting the Mod Podge on, but I put a coat of Mod Podge, let it dry, and then I put my snowman down, and then my parchment paper, and I ironed over the top to reactivate the Mod Podge. Once that was adhered, I came in with my little puff balls and looped those through the holes of that belt at the top and tied those on there. Now here I'm going to use some of the thinner nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go around the belt and the wood round. It's going to help kind of attach the 2 together for me. And I just made an awareness bow, tied that in the middle, and I'm going to attach that to the top of my little snowman round here. And I wanted something a little extra on that bow. So I put another little puff ball. And I just fluffed the bow and made it look nice. And here it is. I think it turned out super cute, and it looks like the little snow is falling. And anyway, I had fun making it. You guys let me know down in the comments, what do you think about this little guy? Alright, to start with this one, I have this small little wood round from the Dollar Tree. It came off one of the signs, and I've got this hole. It's a manual hole driller thing. I don't know, it looks like a screwdriver, but it makes holes and stuff. So I put a hole in the middle of that little wood round, and now I'm going to come around the side of that with some hot glue and attach it to this round that I had for another video like before that I didn't use it for, so that's why you didn't see me wrapping that. And now I'm going to go along the inside of it with some jute. And then I got my foam balls here. I got a big one and a medium one and a chopstick. And I stuck the chopstick into the hole of the base and then through the snowman. And I glued them all together to hold them, you know, keep it sturdy. And now I've got some Spanish moss. I'm going to wrap around the bottom. And it's effectively going to hide that base anyway, which is fine. And then I've got reindeer moss and some floral moss. It's just a bunch of moss. And I'm going to start just going crazy sticking it to my snowman that's not really made of snow, which is weird. Whatever. I like it. And then I come in and I'm just going to cut off all the little wily pieces so you can tell it's the shape of a snowman. And I just kind of filled any blank spots that were there. When I finish that part, I have this burlap ribbon with red glittery stuff on it, and I cut a strip of that and wrapped around his neck. Then I made the tails of a scarf and attached that as well. Now here I rolled up some of that ribbon into a little tube looking thing. I cut a circle, well, 2 circles, a big circle and a small circle. I'm making a hat. I stuck that tube to the big circle on the bottom with some hot glue, and the small circle to the top of the hat with some hot glue as well. Now I'm going to stick that on my little guy's head and hold it there for a minute. Didn't want to stay. I embellished the hat with some berries and a little greenery, and here he is. So he's not made of snow, but I really like him. You guys let me know what you think of this one. Be hospitable to one another without grumbling. I think it's important that if we do something kind for someone, we don't complain about it, because it just kind of null and voids what we did for them. And God wants us to be kind to everyone we encounter. Let me know in the comments what you think of today's scripture. Now, with all that, let's get back to crafting. Alright, for the last one, I've got these window clings from the Dollar Tree. I just picked out what I wanted to use. And now I've got these giant craft sticks from Walmart. And I'm just going to cut 2 pieces of it and then 2 half pieces of it. I'm just going to make a little sign here out of those craft sticks. So I'm going to cut those down to size and lay those out. Connect the 4 pieces with another craft stick. And then I'm going to trim the sides of that to make sure it's completely straight. I didn't want it to look too wonky. So I sanded the edges. Then I sprayed my little piece with a little bit of water, used some antique wax by Waverly, and stained that. Because the window cling, you can kind of see through it, and I wanted it to retain that brown color. Now here I've got a pack of those dowels from Dollar Tree, and I'm just pulling one of those out. And I was going to stain it, but I don't need to for this, so I just left it plain. I got my miter shears and my ruler, and I'm going to cut that in half. And I'm just using the one dowel. Now, once I've got that cut, which was super easy. These are new miter shears, by the way. I'm excited about them. Once I got that cut, I have this duster mop that I had left over from a Just Our Imagination challenge a while back. And I'm just going to go through and cut 2 strips that size that you see there. And I'm going to glue the dowel to the edge of that, put some more glue, and then wrap it so that that fuzz is surrounding that dowel. And now here I'm finishing up my sign. I've got some Mod Podge that I'm going to put down on the front. And then I'm going to put my window cling on top of that so it won't go anywhere. And I've got this stick that I had stained a long time. I don't know. It was just in my stash. So I'm going to take that and stick that to the back with some hot glue. And it says, "May your days be bright and merry," or "merry and bright." Now here, I've got these little plastic boot things. I think they were for a baby shower, but I have a whole bag of them I got at the thrift store for $1. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to paint those with black by Apple Barrel. Now here I'm just going to start to kind of shave down some of that fuzz. It's a little too fuzzy for what I need it for. Now here's my little plushie snowman. I'm going to tear all the little tags off and get him ready and cut his feet open. And jam those dowel rods in, hot glue, I'm sorry. I put hot glue on the very tip of the dowel and then jammed it in there real quick so that it would stick. And I did that to both of his legs. I don't know if I show you both the legs, but I took some of the fuzz and patched up a couple of spots just to make the snowman's legs meet the dowel legs, if that makes any kind of sense. Y'all will see what I'm doing here. Leg number 2. I guess I showed y'all all of that. That's fine. Now you'll see what I'm doing. Hot glue the dowel, jam it up in there, patch it up, and then I'm just going to start shaving all that stuff down until the fuzz from the legs is as short as the fuzz on the snowman. Now here I took not a tumbling tower block, a long, I forget the name of the blocks, but they're like 3 inches long, and I shoved that up into his back so he'll stand straight up. And this plank I got at Dollar Tree, I'm just going to sand down the rough edges. Sprayed it with some water, entirely too much water. And I'm going to throw my towel down and soak up some of that water real quick. Yep. And then I'm going to stain it. And once that is completely stained, I wiped it down, dried it completely. Obviously, I didn't do the bottom. Do y'all do the bottoms of your projects? I know some people do and some people don't. I guess it's, you know, preference. Now here I have another piece of that duster mop thing, and I'm cutting holes into the middle so that I can put my sign down in there and attach it to the plank. And I took my marker and marked where I want the little feet to go and cut holes there as well. I want it to look like he's standing in snow. So I'm just going to maneuver that and cut it till I'm happy with it. And I glued the little booties down. And now I've got the sign, and I put a lot of glue on that and just held it there, y'all. It's good now, but yeah. And now I'm going to put some hot glue. No, I'm sorry. I sprayed everything down with some hairspray because that fuzz was literally everywhere. Then I put hot glue into the boots. A bunch of hot glue. And I stuck his legs down in there. And here he is. He's adorable! And watch, it does something. How cool is that? You guys let me know. What do you think of this? Would you have done something different? Have y'all ever tried working with those, any plushie animals? I think they're super fun. Oh, and I didn't tell you I embellished his hat too. And put some lights on there, obviously. Y'all let me know what you think of this in the comments. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you'll subscribe, like the video if you liked it. Share the video so we can continue to grow the community, and it really helps my channel to grow. Don't forget about the 12 days of Christmas. Come back for some more inspiration early so you can decorate for Christmas at your own house. To my subscribers, I love you guys. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you in the next one.